Hello, all you World of Tanks fans. This is Ace Dallenbach here with my third and final commentary video with the Leopard 1. Um, if you watched my last video, I discussed a little bit about how to play a little bit more passively on El Haluf encounter, and this one here is a little bit how to play more aggressively with the Leopard on steps. And if you're familiar with steps, steps is a really great map. It's really well balanced for all tanks. There's ample spots for the artillery to shoot. There's open sights for TDs to snipe, as well as really good terrain for mediums to move around and fight and use their mobility, and also decent cover down in the 1 and 2 column for the heavies to fight. So, generally speaking, usually what you want to do is you want to have your TDs cover mid, your mediums, you want to have them rush out here onto this left flank over here, and you're going to want your heavies to move down here in the south where there's better protection from artillery. So, early on in the game, usually in encounter types, especially as I've discussed in my last battle, the cap takes a long time, so running into cap immediately is not usually the best of ideas. But sometimes it works really well, and usually to do so, you really need forces to screen and defend your cappers. And I've seen this mistake so many times on this map where there'll be 5, maybe 6 tanks that are moving in, and they just decide they're just going to run in there and sit in the cap and cap it out. You only need 3 vehicles to get the maximum speed of capping, and if there's extra tanks, like an extra couple tanks, do your team a favor. Help screen your base from being attacked by vehicles, and kind of set up a defense from the attackers that are coming to reset the cap. And if that's the case, you usually will be able to pull away a cap win, and this also helps prevent the cap from being spotted by artillery shooting. So. Right here off the bat, we run into some of the other fast movers, and being kind of exposed in this position, and those tanks being really well situated, I move away from that, and I see that there's a 1390 kind of threatening the mid approach, and sure enough, an AMX-50B also pops up. So me and some of the other fast-moving tanks like this IS-8 and T-54 and 121, as well as that T-71, are moving back to defend center. And center is one of those things that's an opportunistic move, and if it's done at the right time, you can actually really devastate your enemy team. And this AMX-50B making this move, usually it's a good strategy, but there was just too many defenders here that were able to come back and defend. And being a fast-moving tank, it's your job to move back. I'm not rushing in right away. I'm kind of keeping myself trying to be protected from potential shots from the artillery using that terrain cover. And seeing that all my team is now surrounding and engaging him, I move in for the kill, and we get that quick kill. So after that happens, I look and I see that things are not going too well over here on that cap in the cap. So I move over here to assist with my other buddies. And first things first, I go ahead and remove that 132 real quickly. If you're ever outnumbered and there's tanks that are damaged, the best thing you could do is remove them quickly. Reduce the numbers as fast as you can, and that's what me and my teammate Faguk did there. Is we got rid of the lightly armored vehicles first and just kind of worked our way down the damaged vehicles. The T-54s needed to go first, and then after that we'd be able to gauge the E-75. And you can see here I'm still getting hit by artillery. Took my gun there, and that all comes to the fact that you're kind of relatively exposed up there on that high terrain there. But again, here's me taking advantage of the tracked E-75, getting in real close and finishing him off. And then upon that being done, we're faced with kind of a dilemma here, which I'm going to bring up here. At this point, we pretty much have 2 to 3 options. Option 1 is go in here and cap. Option 2 would be to move down and maybe engage these targets at just 1 here in the southern flank and help protect artillery. But the problem is with the team composition we have of being lighter vehicles, we don't do too well up in an upfront fight. And with their artillery support and how well that Lorraine and that GW Type E have been shooting, I felt that it would be better, and the right decision would be to remove the IS-8 that's by himself and then proceed to engage artillery, and that's what we do here. So, I'm going to get back into the game. We see the IS-8 right over there. My 121 gets in there and starts engaging him. and I close in here, and again, just swarming, using that wolf pack kind of combat strategy, and using that mobility to your advantage, and just coming in and making those decisive kills when you need to. And upon finishing that out, the Object 268 being a little bit slower, did what he was supposed to do, which is he kind of stayed back and defend cap, while me, the T-71 and the 121, used that our fast mobility to go in there and engage that medium. Like in late game, you want to do things together as a group. You don't want to leave the 121 to just fight those two artillery by themselves, because they do have the potential to actually finish off and kill that 121 if the opportunity does present itself. So I get rid of the Lorraine 1551 there, and I go around and flank that the GW Type B, knowing that it's got a slow rotation speed, and with this big gun, engaging it directly from the front wouldn't be the best of choice. So we get rid of him, and then proceed to immediately go back to help out our object, but he doesn't succeed in fighting those targets and ends up getting killed. So we rush back as fast as we can. Kind of speed this up a bit because I'm kind of pressed for video time. So speed it up. And again, remember that advantage of the terrain is very key. TDs don't do too well against mediums because of the maneuverability that mediums have. So seeing that and playing to that advantage, we're spreading ourselves out, making it hard for them to focus in one area, and just kind of keeping them spread out. And I'm playing distraction while that 121 gets around on the flank and gets in there and gets some flank shots in. The other thing he did that was really good is he stayed out of the cap, so that way the enemy tanks didn't know where he was approaching from. And now seeing that T-124 move, distracted by that 121, I come over the top and try to shoot him and miss, of course, and we end up losing our teammate there. But again, taking advantage of the height of my terrain and knowing that he had fired, I get another hit on him and kind of situate myself to get another sniper shot and find that weak copula spot and take care of that target there. So now with just the Jagdtiger left and me and the T-71, the next step is not to run in and, immediately. With the great maneuverability of the Leopard, it's quite tempting to just get in there real fast and just start engaging up close where the maneuverability makes a difference. But with being all those dead tanks down there, the chance of bumping into them, though, it's better just to kind of make sure that the tank you're facing is damaged and distracted before you make a move like that. And with him looking right at me, I'm not going to just run in there. And with the T-71 finally distracting him, that gives me the opportunity to rush down off the hill, use my speed to outrun his gun traverse and destroy him. So finally finished the game with some kills on this Jagdtiger, and again showing the maneuverability of the tank and how to play aggressively with it and how to work well with your team. I ended up finishing this game with 5k damage, and it ended up being an 1800 experience game. And I was kind of surprised it didn't come out being my ace tanker, but nonetheless, great game, and kudos to my team, and just really all-around good sportsmanship from both the team that lost and the guys that we played with. So GG to everybody that was in that game, and thanks so much for watching my videos. Be sure to stay tuned for some of my more future ones that'll be coming out maybe on some of the other tanks. So thanks again for watching. Ace Dallenbach out.